What's up, everybody? We are back with another $2 deck tech, but this time we are talking about our new sister format, $2 Legacy. And normally I'd be telling you about $2 Highlander, which is still going strong, but since we're all familiar with the cards, we thought it'd be fun to branch out, have a little fun at 20 life, which is definitely not my forte. I'm a commander guy through and through. But I built this red deck wins deck because I figured, it's pretty simple, should be easy to pilot, seems like a good way to kick off deck building for this format. And even someone who doesn't really know what they're doing could probably play this deck with some success. So let me know in the comments if you have any ideas or suggestions for the deck. Everything has to be at $2 TCG mid or less. Zergo Bellstriker is just a 2 of since he's legendary. I supplemented with a couple Fire Drinker Satyrs because I really do want as many of these 1 mana 2 power creatures that are powerful that I can have. So you've got the 4 Rakdos Cacklers in here. I'm not sure if Figure of Destiny is correct for a red deck wins deck, but I really like this card. I like the idea of pumping mana into it, potentially instant speed. So I put 4 of those in there to see how they would run. And then they just printed this Falcon Wrath Gorger to round out my 1-drops. This deck tech should be a little bit faster than my normal ones. We've got Ash Zealot here. 2 mana, first strike, haste, pretty much everything you would want from a red creature. I've got 4 Hellspark Elementals. Again, having the card advantage is really great, something that red usually lacks. And 4 Searing Bloods, one of the more powerful removal spells that you can run in a burn deck. This I figured would be great against the meta early on. Everybody's running creatures and still trying to figure out what to do with the format since it's brand new. I've got a trifecta of lightning strikes in here. Sadly, Lightning Bolt is over the $2 mark. However, Sin Prodder is under, and I thought that this would be a really cool card to test in a red deck. It has really good synergy with the Hellspark Elemental because if your opponent has you discard it, you can still unearth it. And it also has good synergy with Fire Blast because your opponent has to choose between taking 6 damage or giving you the Fire Blast into your hand on your upkeep before you even draw. This guy also seemed really good to me because of the Menace, which something I've noticed piloting my Shuyan 1v1 deck, just having, that Madcap skills effect on the creature can be very powerful in the late game when your opponent is recognized that they have to try to race you and they're only leaving back 1 blocker. Just Menace is, it's the new thing. It's the new cool red thing. And we've got a 1 of Bone Splitter here. It was actually really funny yesterday. This sounds like such a bad idea, but I kept having nothing but Hellspark Elementals. But I was able to finish out the game because I could spend 1 mana to equip the Bone Splitter each time I unearthed the Hellspark Elementals. So even though the creature left play, I was just spending 1 mana for 2 damage each turn. So so far this has performed pretty well as a 1 of. I like it. Sulfuric Vortex. I think if we see more control decks in the format, I'll start running more of these, or if we see more life gain decks. Early on, it was a lot of combo and creatures and infect and some pretty simple stuff. Good places to start. The sideboard, again, this is going to change a lot as the metagame develops. Obviously, I could run Vandal Blast in here. There's a lot of stuff that isn't in here yet that I could consider. What I started with was a pair of Flame Slashes, a couple of Searing Blazes, if I needed to take out some Infect creatures. Infect actually did end up winning, so I think I had the sideboard pretty well configured. This deck didn't end up playing Infect. It lost to Mono Black, unfortunately, and it also lost to the Hexproof Enchantress deck because I just could not target them. So not really sure how to deal with that in here. Maybe Pyroclasm, even though I'm running creatures, or maybe Volcanic Fallout or something in the sideboard. We'll figure it out as we go. Keld Marauders I also know is a very strong card. I just wasn't sure if I should be running it over something else. I had a pair of Skull Cracks in there just in case, and some Pyroblasts for the blue matchup. There was a quite powerful Jeskai Ascendancy deck out there. and there was also a Storm deck that did have a fair amount of blue cards in it. So definitely some sideboard options for red. Mostly though, it's just a little bit more burn and a little bit more removal. I put a one of Chandra's Phoenix in there just in case it made sense. I'd love to get your feedback on the deck. Also, if you're interested in $2 Legacy, it's just getting started. You can check out the links below. I've got our Facebook group. I'll probably do some more deck techs for this as the format evolves and other players develop some cool decks and have time to sit down with me. So if you're interested, we play at Card Kingdom on Thursdays. Check out our Facebook group in the links below. Thanks a lot for watching.